Bangalore has always believed that her brother Jackson survived the fall from low orbit that initially separated them. But after more than a decade of search, she's begun to lose faith that she's ever going to see him again. And there is a certain simulacrum that's just waiting in the shadows to take advantage of her doubt for his gain. Ooh, what's up, you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre, and today we're talking about Revenant's plans to manipulate Bangalore into giving up her search for her brother Jackson for his own selfish reasons. Back in Season 9, we saw Bangalore and Wraith team up together in order to find clues to Jackson's whereabouts, after Bangalore revealed that she had found proof of her brother's survival in the same facility that was being infiltrated by Voidwalker Wraith back before the Apex games were founded. They decided that they could uncover more information about the mysteries of their past by working together. However, we didn't hear anything else about this storyline up until the last few weeks of Season 11. In a comic recently released on Twitter, we see Bangalore hanging out in her apartment when she's visited by Wraith, who comes to check up on her and deliver some information. She tells Bangalore she's finally found a solid lead on Jackson, but is met with only negativity. Bangalore has been searching for her brother's whereabouts for over 13 years now, and she's begun to believe that she's never going to find him again. However, Wraith manages to convince her that this is worth a shot, and Bangalore allows her to chase the lead down and see what comes of it. Left alone in her apartment and listening to a message she recorded for her parents years ago, she's interrupted by an unexpected visitor in the form of Revenant, who has a proposal for the weary soldier. He offers to pilot a ship for Bangalore in order to make the 20-year space flight back to her home planet of Gridiron, something that she's been saving up to do since she joined the Apex games a few years ago. Revenant tells her that since he's immortal, the length of this space flight is meaningless to him. However, her parents aren't getting any younger, and she's running out of time if she wants to have any chance of potentially seeing them alive again before they pass away of old age. Furthermore, he reasons to Bangalore that if Jackson actually wanted to see her, he'd likely have done that already. After all, her face is plastered all over the Outlands as one of the legends in the Apex games. It's practically impossible for Jackson to not know where she's been and reach out to make contact by now. If he's still alive, that is. What Revenant doesn't tell her is that he's got his own reasons for wanting to fly all the way to Gridiron. Rewind back to Season 5 and remember that Loba was actually trying to end Revenant's existence by hunting down his source code, his still living brain and nervous system that was kept in stasis for over 300 years. However, after finding the source code, Loba actually let her emotions get the better of her and ended up activating the security system, which teleported the source code away from King's Canyon into another facility on the planet Samathi. A couple of seasons later, the Apex games would eventually make a new arena on Olympus that was flying above the planet Samathi, and Loba would finally have a chance to put an end to the individual that murdered her parents. The only issue was, this is exactly what Revenant wanted. He's been living for over 300 years now, and after having his programming broken, he lives a never-ending nightmare of torture, experiencing every single death that he's ever had occur to him over the centuries. Far from wanting to stop Loba from destroying his source code, he actually wants to help her destroy it. And this doesn't exactly sit right with Loba. She didn't want to become the savior of the individual who destroyed her life as a child. Enjoying the content so far? If you are, drop a like, it really helps out the channel. And if you love Apex Legends lore as much as I do, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss out on a single video. Loba eventually did end up recovering this source code, but instead of returning it to Revenant, it was revealed that she actually sent it through the Phase Runner, an experimental device designed for rapid transportation, far exceeding what standard space travel could achieve. She told Revenant that his source code has long since been on its way to the planet Gridiron, and that he would never get a chance to end his existence, dooming him to an eternity of suffering. This set Revenant down a path of vengeance, aiming to destroy anyone and anything that Loba held close to her heart. At first, he bided his time, watching from the shadows, waiting to see whether Bangalore or Valkyrie would end up holding the keys to Loba's heart. He watched as Bangalore kept her distance, and he saw how much that affected Loba. Revenant is now seizing his opportunity to kill two birds with one stone, as it were. First, he wants to recover his source code from Gridiron and finally put an end to his torturous life. something that it doesn't appear he has the resources to do by himself, because he specifically asks Bangalore if she can front her own savings in order to finance the trip. In addition, he wants to drive Bangalore, someone who Loba still cares about, as far away from the Outlands as he possibly can, making Loba feel abandoned by anyone close to her. He suggests as much in some new voice line interactions released in Season 12, where he tells Loba that he'll never abandon her. Take a listen.
I won't leave you behind. Wouldn't break your heart like that, Loba.
Drop the act. What are you plotting?
However, Bangalore might not actually take him up on his offer because she may finally have a chance to find her brother again thanks to the help of Wraith. Another set of Season 12 voice lines sees Wraith telling Bangalore that she's found something about Jackson based on the lead she was pursuing before, and they'll finally have some actionable intel to help them in their search for Jackson.
Listen, I found something on Jackson. We should talk later.
Don't keep me waiting. Let's get this match over with.
You got it. You deserve answers.
Either way, Revenant won't be too bothered if Bangalore denies his piloting services, because he still has other targets in his sights. We see Valkyrie and Loba out on a date, with Loba's friend Jamie tagging along for the fun. And it appears that Revenant has singled out this individual Jamie as his next target. It's especially appropriate for Revenant to target Jamie, considering this is the hacker that revealed his source code to Loba in the first place, which would eventually lead to Revenant's chance at death being disposed through the Phase Runner by Loba. Well, it remains to be seen how these entangled events will play out. I'm definitely excited at the prospects of seeing Wraith help Bangalore finally reunite with her long-lost brother, as well as seeing Revenant pull his wicked strings in the background as this story unfolds. If you want to dive even deeper into Apex Legends lore, go ahead and click the playlist that you see on your screen right now. It's chock full of videos breaking down the backstory of this battle royale. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. I'm out.